What's up, Palians? Welcome to the channel, and thanks for clicking on the video. You can't stop playing Palia and you're loving it, but you're always shocked by the prices in the shop and have little to no gold to buy everything you want. Do not worry, I'm about to show you the best ways to make thousands of gold in just minutes. As always, if you find this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for future Palia content. So as we get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is kind of set yourself up for success. So you're going to want to locate Hacian and make sure you get yourself prepped. There are a few things you want to be able to do before we start making a ton of gold. First, you're going to want to be sure that your hunting rank is up to at least level 2 so that you're able to purchase the recipe for standard arrows. These will allow you to kill Cernuks in just one shot. You will be crafting a ton of standard arrows, so be sure to also stock up on copper bars. Once you've crafted yourself a decent amount of standard arrows, you're going to want to head to the Whispering Banks area on the east side of the map. I recommend crafting probably anywhere from 100 to genuinely 300 arrows, because you'll be killing a lot of Cernuk. Now this area is usually pretty full of Cernuk running around, and you will likely have others joining in on your hunting, but a lot of the time I've seen others shoot a Cernuk and I'll still get some loot for it even though I never shot at it. So don't worry too much about others getting in the way or anything like that. There are plenty to go around. Though I won't lie, it is fun to try to steal a couple kills from your friends. One thing you still want to keep in mind as you're running around hunting is keeping a lot of focus dense food in your inventory, because you will be going through a ton of your focus. As you go through more and more arrows and keep taking out more deer, you may come to a bit of a lull where you don't see any Cernuk standing around, and it's kind of starting to look like they're all gone, but keep shooting the ones you do see, take a couple of loops around the area, and they will slowly start to come back. Not only is this a huge moneymaker, but I've also found it to be the quickest way to rank up your hunting. This spot on the map seems to be the quickest spawn rate for the Cernuk, and you can continue as long as you have arrows and inventory space, or until your bow breaks, so keep an eye on that as well. Oftentimes you will see a big group of Cernuk standing all together in about the same area, so I do try to take out as many as possible, but this is a beta and sometimes I feel like I've seen my loot disappear. So I don't recommend taking out more than maybe 5 or 6 at a time, because you won't be leveling up and getting the experience if you don't get to pick up the loot. If you keep taking the lap around this area, you'll find that this little crater spot fills with Cernuk and you can kill them all within seconds. As I mentioned earlier, just keep an eye on your loot and be sure to pick it up as you go so you don't miss out on any of the experience. Now for the sake of the video and for comparison later, I did only hunt for about a half hour just to show the differences between how much we are about to make using the hunting method and how much we'll make later on using another. So let's go check out and see how much we're going to make from this hunting. Aside from the money, if you look back, we started hunting at 17 and about 3/4, and it looks like we gained just a little more than a full level from just 30 minutes of hunting, which isn't too bad. So after just 30 minutes, we have a few stacks of Cernuk hide and some stacks of antlers, as well as some meat. Don't sell the meat just yet, but sell everything else. If you do want to save some of the hide for recipes and crafting later, you can, but for the sake of the video, we're selling everything because we are trying to make as much money as possible. After selling all of the hide and the antlers so far, we've made about 5,300 gold. We went from 8,000 to about 13.3 thousand. Now if you want to sell the meat, you can. You can see it sells for a decent amount, and we are trying to get as much gold as we can, but I highly recommend taking the meat back to your home plot, grabbing a handful of campfires, and cook all the meat that you can. Not only will it give you a bunch of food with focus, but you'll also be ranking up that cooking level in the process. I will let you know now, cooking the meat this way does not increase its value in any way, so if you're not too worried about your cooking level and you're really just trying to make gold, go ahead and sell the meat along with everything else for about an extra 1,000. After cooking all of the meat, we ended up with a ton of really easy focus boosting meals, and it looks like we gained about half a rank in our cooking skill, going from an 8 to a 9. For the next method, we will be fishing, so you are going to want to buy some worms from Zeki's shop for about 10 gold a piece. I would again grab about 100 or so depending on your inventory size, and then we are going to head to Bahari Bay. Once you get to Bahari Bay, you're going to want to travel north up past Hodari and Najuma's house and go into the Pavel mines. Now I do still think the hunting is the more efficient way to make a lot of money, but you may want to work on your fishing skill instead while also making a lot of gold, and that is totally fine. So far, this little fishing hole has been the best spot I've found with decently priced fish popping up consistently. Depending on which level rod you have, it can take just a bit longer to reel in the fish, or you might get lucky and get a waterlogged chest with some of the makeshift furniture inside. So in terms of speed, fishing will definitely take up more of your time if you're strictly looking to make some quick money. It's important to mention I did give this the same 30 minutes that I gave the hunting, and I also used glowworms, which will give me some pretty pricey and rare fish to be able to sell. After the half hour was up, it looks like I gained about a half a rank. Not bad for only a half hour of fishing, but let's see how much gold we are walking away with. Keep in mind, these are some of the more rare fish you can get as well with the glowworms. After a half hour of fishing with glowworms, I banked a little over 5,000 gold. It is only a few hundred short of the hunting in the same amount of time, but you have to keep in mind the glowworms are not the easiest to come by, and the regular worms are way more common, so you will likely be getting less rare fish, netting you a lot less gold. Of course, there is always growing your own crops for a more passive income. I do have all these tomatoes and potatoes growing, but it takes days for them to be fully grown, and by the time they were ready to harvest, selling all the tomatoes only got me about 2,000 gold. So without a doubt, hunting is the quickest way to make a ton of gold. I was able to get all of the backpack upgrades in no time at all. Do you have a better way to make money? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for chilling. Peace!